Hey everyone, I'm John Laird from 101X Homegrown. I'm here with Sara Houser of Lowin. On Friday, we're going to be at Trip Charlie's doing a Homegrown Live. It's a really great bill. Lowin, Star Parks, Zeta Jewel, and Yukon Gold, who were once All Eyes. It's going to be a fun show. More details available at 101x.com. For now, though, Sara, let's talk about you. You just got back from tour, not with Lowin, but with the Reputations. Tell me something, a little bit about that.
It was about a 5-week tour in Scandinavia. We were primarily in Sweden, but we were also played a show in Copenhagen in Denmark, and one in Finland, and a couple in Norway also.
And last year you were on tour with
Golden
Dawn Orchestra. Reputations this year. You just like gun for hire when not doing Lowin stuff.
No, I think honestly, it may seem that way, but I just really love to play music and I love to travel. And I've been lucky that I've had 2 different opportunities to do that. But I was really fortunate. Back in February, I got to go to Memphis and record with the Reputations on their upcoming album. And we all just got along really well, and it seemed like a good fit. And they asked me to come aboard and go on tour, and that was kind of it. Similar, or not similar, but different situation from how I ended up on the Golden Dawn tour. But yeah, I love to travel and I love to play music more than anything, so I'm happy to do it with all the groups that I can.
And I'm sure with Golden Dawn versus the Reputations, it was probably a very different night after night.
Yeah.
Did you have a preference? I guess with Golden Dawn, it's more probably of a spectacle.
It's not a preference more say. Like when the Golden Dawn tour, I was on tour as a vibraphone player, which I don't know how familiar you are with vibraphone, but
Zero.
It's laid out like a piano, but it's with mallets, so I could play a vibraphone because I can play piano, but I would never tell somebody that I'm like a vibraphone player.
Oh, right.
And
Fair
I was
enough.
filling in for a woman that had played with them for a long time and is an excellent vibraphonist. And so yeah, it was like a totally different skill set. I just kind of ran with it, and obviously clicked with all the people in Golden Dawn. I love everybody in that band also. And so yeah, it was different because I was basically touring on an instrument that I had never really thought that I would be playing in a formal setting.
Right.
I played a little bit in jazz band in high school, but I would never tell anybody that I know how to play a vibraphone, I guess. But whereas the Reputation stuff, I had already made a record with them, so I kind of knew what I was gonna be doing, and a lot of the stuff with them lets me flex a lot of my piano background that I don't even really flex with Lowin, even because I'm playing a lot of synth stuff or playing guitar or whatever, and so totally different musicalities.
Right. Yeah.
But
Makes sense.
But one of my I've tried my best to be as well-rounded of a musician as I can be in my life, and
Clearly.
so it's nice to have opportunities to kind of do weird things like play vibraphone or more kind of a classic piano, organ,
Right.
Wurlitzer type stuff, and then synth stuff in Lowin. So I like to play everything. So
Well, if you're out there and you're going to Europe, Sara can come along and play whatever instrument you need played. No problem. And she'll probably show you around. It'll be really convenient for you.
I don't know if I'll show you around, but
You can make it work.
I'll make it work.
On the Lowin front, you guys put out an album this year, Heavy as the Sun. As you mentioned, kind of synthy than a lot of the other previous Lowin stuff. Was that kind of the direction you wanted to go for a while, or just kind of happened?
Yeah, I think I feel like I got really burnt out on piano for a long time, and because I've been a piano player for a long time, and when I first kind of started Lowin, I was writing primarily on guitar, and because guitar is fun and it was different, and it was it made me a different kind of songwriter, and so when Lowin kind of first emerged after the couch, it was oh, I want to be a rock and roll band, I want to play guitar, this is my new thing, and it was my new passion in a lot of ways, and I think that I kind of came around, and I realized that I just really wanted my songs to be or I wanted the albums, I guess, to be more melodically driven and lyric focused, and I feel like those ideas come out the best when I'm writing on a piano. Honestly, I started writing for no other reason than just to write. I was like, I don't even know what these songs are gonna do. I'm gonna write at home with a drum machine, and maybe I'll take them to the band, maybe I won't, you know. And when I was doing that, a bunch of the songs from the album ended up coming out, and I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Like I realized, I guess, of this album that I am a piano player first.
Sure.
And so that kind of shifted my focus.
Vibraphone player second.
Vibraphone player like fifth.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Well, I definitely dig the album. You guys can hear lots of songs from that album in the show frequently. Sake, Ghost of Mine. A bunch of great songs on that.
Thanks.
It's a good one.
Thank you.
What else is going on with Lowin kind of rest of 2019?
We're going to do some regional touring, just like kind of around Texas, maybe branch out into, you know, the Arkansas, Georgia, more panhandle of Florida type of thing here and there. But, you know, I've got another record already in my back pocket, so we're starting to do a lot of pre-production on that. With the hopes of at least having at least a single or two out by the end of the year.
Oh, cool.
Soon. New stuff, yeah. It just, I'm just really hungry to like get back in the studio and like put more stuff out and you know, obviously play as many shows as we can. But I think like getting more recorded music out there into the world is my big
priority.
Focus. Yeah.
All right. Well, this week our priority is Homegrown live on Friday at Trip Charlie's. Lowin. That was a great segue, right? Lowin will be there, obviously. Zeta Jewel. What do you think about Zeta Jewel?
I love them. Megan's like got one of my favorite voices. I've loved her for a long time, and I think that her and Matt are great songwriters. And I think that the new stuff that they're doing as a duo is really awesome.
Star Parks?
Star Parks, also awesome. I think Annie's got also a great voice, also great songwriters. I mean, I don't think there's like anybody on that bill. Jeff is super talented also. Like I love all of the crazy stuff they did with All Eyes. And
All Eyes are now Yukon Gold. They switched
Gold,
it up a little.
Yeah.
It's slightly different.
Yeah, but I mean, it's, you know, Austin's so chock full of just like really insane songwriters and players and like a cool just like music community. I mean, I know it's easy to get jaded here because there's so many bands, but there are I'm consistently amazed by the people
and
that
all
I'm working
four
with.
bands on the bill for Friday are wildly different.
Oh, totally.
It's a super diverse show.
I think it's
and will
diverse,
be really fun.
but complementary in a way, you know.
Yeah.
I think that
100%.
For that it's and I think that those bills are the best bills because like I don't want to go see four bands that all sound the same. You know, like I want to go see like a spectrum of things and
it's a good one on Friday then for that. Come join us again Friday, Trip Charlie's. Details at 101x.com. 21 plus can enjoy Austin Eastsiders and Slain Irish whiskey specials. I'm getting better at saying that. Thanks to Liv for supporting the show.
You're practicing.
Yeah, I just say it 10 times fast over and over. I'm going to get there, Slain, I promise.
Yeah.
That's it, really. Thanks for dropping by.
Thank you for having me.
See you guys on Friday.
See you Friday.